Good morning. Today we're talking about lesson 96 and we're learning a new concept called an average. Now an average is when you take a group of items. So for example, I have stacks of coins right here. And you're going to take all of these stacks of coins and you're just going to add them all up. And then you need to figure out how many could fit in each group if you were making equal groups. Okay, so I wrote a little step-by-step for us. So there's going to be 2 steps to finding the average. The first step is to find the total. So that means you're going to add first. So if I add all of these up, 8 plus 3 is 11, and 11 plus 4 is 15. So then step 2, you need to split or divide into the same amount of equal groups. So I'm still going to have 3 groups because up here we have 3 groups, but I need to divide into the same amount in each group. Now that's what finding the average means. So if I have 15 as my total and I need to make 3 equal groups, that means I'm splitting into 3. Splitting means dividing, so I need to take 15 divided by 3. We know this is in our head. We know that that's 5. So our average should be 5 in each group. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 5 would be the average. Okay, I'm going to go over the example, and that example is on page 608 if you want to follow along. I did have to write it pretty small right here just so I could fit all the information that I need on the whiteboard. So, if I were you, I would pause the video if you don't have page 608 open in front of you. Okay, I'm going to walk through the problem. 4 vans carried the team to the soccer field. So I'm going to already start drawing a picture. I'm going to draw some circles to represent those 4 vans. There were 5 players in the first van. So I'm going to continue to draw out my picture as we go. If this is my first van, there's 5 players in there. 4 players in the second van. 3 players in the third van. And 8 players in the fourth van. Okay. The question is, what was the average number of players per van? Now, going back to earlier, over here on the left, I have a step-by-step of how to find the average. So the first step is to find the total number of, in this case, players per van. So, to add all these up, I take 5 plus 4, which is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 8 is 20. So my total number of players is right here, is 20. So that was step 1. Now step 2 of finding the average is we're going to split or divide this 20, our total, into the same amount of equal groups now. So we had 4 groups, but they weren't equal. We need to make them equal. That's what averaging is. So if I make 1, 2, 3, 4 groups now, and I take this 20, and I split them into these 4 equal groups evenly, that's just dividing it into 4 groups. So we're dividing by 4. We know 20 divided by 4 is 5. So each of these groups would be equal to 5, and that would be our average, okay? So 5 players would be our answer, okay? Now, there's another way to think about this if this doesn't quite make sense yet. So when we're finding the average, we're trying to figure out how many there would be if each group was equal, right? But right now, I'm telling you to add this, then divide this. Now I'm going to show you why that makes sense. So right now, when we added up all of these players, we figured out that there was 20 total. Now, if I told all of these soccer players to get out of the van so we could reload the vans, and I told them I wanted the vans to be equal, you know, we'd have to start going one player at a time into each van. So let's try it out like that. So all the vans are empty now, and I tell them they can load one person into each van first. So one person, another person, another person, another person. All vans are equal right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. If I continue this pattern up until we get to 20, we will figure out what the average is in each of the vans. So I'm going to continue counting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we do figure out if we go filling the vans one by one, we do still get that each van will have 5 people. So our average van will have 5 players. Okay? And to reiterate what I just explained earlier is that we did find the total, which was 20. That helped us in both situations. The reason I divided by 4 as my next step is because we were splitting it into 4 equal groups. Okay? I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I know this is a brand new concept. I am here for questions. Send me a message and we can set up a video call. Okay? Good luck, you guys.